Cathy Gohlke has delivered another gripping, emotive story of friendship and the promise of justice. That's this week in Book Pre-Review, the books I'm excited to read. Coming up. Hi, Terri Gillespie here, and welcome to Book Pre-Review, the books I'm excited to read. And yes, I'm very excited to read this book because this week's book is written by a recent inductee into the Christy Hall of Fame. And the name of this book is 100 Crickets Singing. And it was written by award-winning, best-selling author Cathy Gohlke. So Cathy's book was recently released and has come out in hardback, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. So a lot to choose from. And I just want to say thank you so much before I move on. Thank you so much to NetGalley and to Tyndale for the advanced ebook copy before my friend sent me the real book copy. And I just really appreciate that. So I got to read it before it came out. And there will be a review coming up because Cathy is my June author highlight, featured author. And she will be giving away some wonderful things, so stay tuned for that. Now, the genre, of course, is a Christian historical romance, and this is also a time slip historical novel. And Cathy has done other time slips. My favorite, of course, is Secrets She Kept, and it's a beautiful book, but this is a very beautiful book too, and it's powerful. But I don't want to give anything away because this is the pre-review. This is not the review, and the review will be coming up in a couple of weeks. If you do not know Cathy Gohlke, you'll love her. A good way to get to know authors is through their website. And Cathy's website address is authorcathygohlke.com. Now, my husband has put that up on the screen, and once it disappears, don't worry, because everything, all those important links, and we'll be talking about some other important links, will be down below in the description section. So let's get to know her a little bit more by reading her brief bio. Cathy is, as I mentioned before, is a recent inductee into the Christy Hall of Fame. She's also a Carol, an INSPY Award winning and best-selling author. And Cathy writes books that are steeped with inspirational lessons, speaking of world and life events through the lens of history. And I have to say, Cathy is one of the reasons why historical fiction has become a favorite genre of mine, because I got to tell you, in the past, I was scared to death to read it. So if there are any of you that did really bad in school and history and are a little intimidated by historical novels are not like history in schools. So encourage you to check that out. One of the things I love about Cathy is that she champions the battle against oppressions and celebrating the freedom found only in Christ. Cathy has worked as a school librarian, a drama director, and director of children's and education ministries. When not traveling to historic sites for research, she and her husband, Dan, divide their time between North Virginia and the Jersey Shore. enjoying their time with their grown children and grandchildren. And she has a lovely family. So these are the publisher notes. In wars 80 years apart, two young women living on the same Appalachian estate determined to aid soldiers dear to them and fight for justice, no matter the cost. In 1944, when a violent storm rips through the Belvedere attic in Noe Creek, North Carolina, and if you've read Nightbird Singing, then you probably know some of the characters in this book. After the storm exposes a hidden room and a trunk long forgotten, secrets dating back to the Civil War are revealed. Celia Percy, whose family lives and works in the home, suspects the truth could transform the future for her friend Marshall, now fighting overseas, whose ancestors were once enslaved by the Belvedere family. When Marshall's army friend Joe returns to Noe Creek with shocking news for the Marshall family, Celia determines to right a long-standing wrong, whether or not the town is ready for it or not. In 1861, after her mother's death, Minnie Belvedere works desperately to keep her household running and her family together as North Carolina secedes from the Union. Her beloved older brother clings to his Union loyalties despite grave danger, while her hot-headed younger brother entangles himself and the family finances within the Confederacy. As the country and her own home divide in two, Minnie risks her life and future in a desperate fight to gain liberty and land for those her parents intended to free before it's too late. Sound good? Well, it is. I can tell you that already, but more on that on the book review. You can purchase 100 Crickets Singing at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, BookBub, ChristianBook.com, and your local retailers and bookstores. And if they don't have it on the shelf, what do we say? We go up very politely and we ask for it. And because you've asked so politely, you know, they're going to do it. My reviews are posted on applicable venues such as Amazon, BookBub, Goodreads, Barnes & Noble, NetGalley, Books A Million, and ChristianBook.com. And because Cathy is my June featured author, it will also be posted on my website. And by the way, my website right now, if you subscribe to my newsletter, you will get 2 free downloadable gifts. And my website has a lot of fun information. It's got recipes from some of my books and chapter samples so you can check out the books. I have a daily devotion called Daily Word, and I also have over 600 archived devotions on the book of Proverbs. So yeah, I know we all need a little wisdom right now. Now, one of the best ways to keep in touch with most authors, and definitely me, is through social media. And right now, my wonderful husband is popping up those social media icons, and the links are down below in the description section. So keep in touch with me. I love to keep in touch with my readers and my viewers. And don't forget to like, comment, and share this video because we want Cathy's book to get out there as far as we can in the YouTube world, right? Good books, well written, beautifully written, and good stories, important stories are important to get out there in the YouTube world. So that's it for this week. Stay tuned for next week for another book that I'm excited to read. In the meantime, thanks for watching. God bless and keep reading.